Oh, okay, yep, we're doing this. Ever been sat at your desk but wondered, have you got time to run off and quickly get that drink? Me too. Only get up from your chair, run off, and getting pulled down by that dreaded wire. Ooh, yeah, I bet that hurt. But I've got a solution for you. The ASTRO A50's wireless headphones with their light speed, comfy technology. You'll never end up on the floor like this, idiot. Welcome to the world of no more wires. I think you need these. And this is the ASTRO A50 by Logitech Gen 5. This is probably the best wireless headset you can get on the market right now, and this is why. There's a reason I picked these headphones over any others out there right now, and it's because they're incredible. The pros and cons outweigh themselves depending on what you prefer in a headset, but stick around for that because they're quite interesting to see. I've had these for about 3-4 months now, about a month after they came out. Honestly, don't think there's a better headset out there. ASTRO A50s are always been amazing with their technology of wireless connection to the hub, where you can get instant audio without any lag or latency, which is pretty cool for a wireless headset. Even other headsets in this category have some sort of a delay or software that has to boost it to keep it up. So this is the new A50 Gen 5. There is a A50X, which has a bit more to its dock. This is the one we're going to go with, because it's actually cheaper, but with the same headset. The only difference is the dock. These are sporting 40mm Pro G graphite drivers in them, which are the actual speakers that deliver the sound. They are very warm and impactful sound to them, if that makes sense, along with 24-bit 48Hz audio delivery, which is pretty cool because most headsets only do 16-bit either to console and PC, but these split it up. So these do 24-bit 48Hz to the computer. So if you're gaming on your PC or using them for audio editing or video editing, they are amazing. The quality is above the other ones you can find in this price range. And then if you're connecting to your consoles like your PS5, your Xbox, your Switch, you're going to get 16-bit, but through that connection, you're not going to notice any difference. They come supporting Dolby Atmos, Windows Sonic, spatial audio capabilities. That's mainly for the PlayStation. They say they have a 24-hour battery lifespan, but that's more like 15. But again, you can just charge them on the dock when you're not using them and take them off, and there you go. The fun thing about these is they say you can go 12 to 15 meters away from the docking station wirelessly and still hear your audio and send your mic signal without any problems. Also, they have Bluetooth, but that's not so far. I reckon that's about 5 meters line of sight. They do have a volume, so you can control the audio, how loud you want it. They have a Bluetooth button, if you can see it. They have a switching button, so you can change between your PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, and also the power on button, along with a touch panel here, which has a nice clickiness to it. You can either go all voice, so you can hear your PC volume, or you can go all game volume. And of course, it has a mic that flips down, flips up to mute, flips down to be activated, and this is probably one of the best mics you can get on a gaming headset that we'll test. Finally, this is the Logitech A50 Gen 5 docking station. So the headphones will dock on there like that, and they'll sit there and they'll charge. It'll tell you a little indication on the front of them. But what's very interesting about this is that you can connect multiple consoles or PCs up to it at once and switch between them through the headset or the software. And this is the main difference between the A50s and the A50Xs. The only thing extra that you get for an extra £100 on the A50X, built-in HDMI switcher. So with every dock, you would have a HDMI port and an output on here also. You connect all your consoles, PC through this, and basically acts as a switcher, so you can use one monitor, which is very handy, but at the same time, if you've got your own setup, which is all put together and you've built it already, doesn't really make much sense. For saving yourself an extra 100, you can just connect it through Type-C and you get the same benefit. Also, which is really cool about these, the pads come off. So you can clean these, you can get multiple different ones, you can get different colors, you can get level ones, you can get gel ones. I personally like the default ones you get with them. They're quite soft, they're warming to your ears, especially in winter. They let air in so you don't get too hot. I find with the gel or leather ones, you can get very sweaty ears. But I think it's such a cool feature. All the A50 or Astro range of these kind of headsets have had this feature where you can take these off with magnetics, stick them back on of anything you want. So you can personalize them. But also, these headphones already look very cool. I love the black and red mixture. The pattern looks incredible. You can get these in a white. I personally, with my setup and my aesthetic, I prefer the black and red. So these do cost a bit more than your average wireless headset, but honestly, might be worth it just to get the benefits you get from these. So these cost me £285 when I bought them. If you wanted the next ones up, you're looking at about $350, but there's a reason they're so expensive. Years ago, I had the A50s Gen 2, and I had them for about 2 years, never had an issue. They were amazing. And this is such an upgrade from them. I don't see these dying anytime soon. With all these features they say it has, I want to actually see what they actually mean, because I want to put it to the test. They say we can go 12 to 15 meters, line of sight maybe off the dock. So what I really want to do is see how far you can actually go with this headset away from the dock. They say 12 to 15 meters, but how far is that actually? I live in the middle of nowhere. Let's test this. So here we are. This is the starting point for the range test. Here we have our headset probably a meter away from the dock. As you can hear, we are listening to music.
Hot dog!
Oh, ooh. Yeah, definitely great music. How far can we go? Okay, here we are. We're about already 5 meters away from the dock. As you can hear, still have audio. So we're gonna walk all the way until we lose audio. Still going strong, which is pretty cool. We're going. It is raining, so I don't actually know how far. Oh, yep, we lost it. I reckon we have lost audio for the headset. Oh, we're back. We're about, I would say, 20 meters from the house. 20 meters before we lose audio visual for the headset, which is pretty good for the headset. I'm impressed. That's further than 15, definitely. But it's pretty cool now. Let's head back in. So here we have now is a mic test for the Astro A50s. What you're hearing right now is the actual mic, as you can see. It sounds pretty decent, to be fair. I'm quite impressed on how good this little thing sounds compared to other headsets or even other mics sub £100. It probably sounds on par, or if not better. I would say you can compare the audio quality from this mic on this headset to the Elgato Wave 3, which is pretty insane, especially if you do some adjustments to it, especially through the software or through post editing. And once you're done with it, you can just pop it back up and it's muted. That is it. Or bring it back down and it's live again, which is very useful instead of just having an awkward button. This is what the actual mic sounds like. And here we have the Astro A50 Logitech software. As you can see here, my headset pops up. This software is pretty cool. So you can adjust the EQ to your headset, but not just the Astro series, but to any Logitech range. So they connect through the software or through the app. The app is basically the same thing, just for a phone. But in here, you can adjust the EQ to your heart's content. I leave it on default. That sounds great to me, but you can pick a gaming, a media, you can even pick your own where you can customize it, move these up and down. I personally have no idea what I'm doing with that, so I always leave it because I used to waste so much time trying to pick out the best audio EQ for myself and it just never worked. So I leave it on default. Great thing about this software is the community browse feature. So if you click on that, it takes you to this page where you can see other people's EQs presets they've made. And you can pick any of them you want. You can test them out. If you don't like them, you can pick a different one. You can sort them by popularity, download rate, most recently or trending. Also, the great thing is you can either type what you want in the top bar, or you can pick these little buttons here that give you the option. So you got an FPS, you've got different headsets, you got Black Ops 6. I love Black Ops 6, so great ones for me. And you can pick presets people have made that they personally feel is great for them, because everyone has different ears. Everyone sounds and hears things differently. It's all unique. So the best option for headset makers or companies is to customize it the way you want it, where you can do it yourself. or find presets people have similar to you and you can adjust it from there. Everyone hears things differently, and that's a great thing to have, just you can adjust it to your heart's content. Or like me, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'll pick the default. But also you can do the same thing for the mic. But there you go, this software is very good, very important for any headset in general to have, but makes this headset so much more than what it is. If you're not a fan of the Astro range from Logitech, or you want to know what is compared to these for the same price range, you've got a few options. Here are the three main options I think that are best compared to the price, the quality, and the features you get in them. So first off, you do have another headset from Logitech, which is the Pro X2 Lightspeed. They've basically got all the same features, minus, you know, the important ones. So these don't have a dock where you can connect different settings to. They're basically just a wireless headset you connect to your computer or gaming console through Bluetooth or a USB little thumb drive thing. Pricing at £249 on the actual Logitech website. You can get them cheaper for around $230. Another headset which is compared to these for price and performance is the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro headset. I do have the 700 series downstairs, but these are the Pro versions. They're apparently a lot better. Again, these are $279.99, very close to the A50 price. You do have to either pick PlayStation or Xbox and both connect to the PC, which is a bit annoying. They should connect to all of it in 2025, come on. Overall for the price, it's alright. It's got a mic. Not heard good things about the mic, and the range isn't the best. The best feature about them is the swappable battery, so sense of where you can just constantly go without having to put them on charge, and you just recharge the battery and have a couple of them. Great deal. And then finally, the third choice is the SteelSeries Arctic Nova Pro wireless headset for PlayStation, Xbox, PC. This comes with a little hub you can connect your consoles to, control the volume with that, and basically it's very similar to the Astro A50s without having to dock them on it. It has an AI powered noise cancelling mic. Wonder how that sounds. Again, this headset has swappable batteries that charge inside the actual hub, but they're probably the best comparison to the A50s you're going to get for the same price range, and basically similar what they can do. There is other headsets out there, you know, it depends on your price, depends on your preferences, what you prefer. I personally prefer these. Just, they look cool, they sound amazing. What are the actual pros and cons of buying this headset, spending that kind of money? Is it worth it? My main pros are the audio quality, amazing. I don't think I've ever had a headset that sounded any better, especially through the software where you can customize it. But honestly, even just using the default settings in the software itself on the console and PC, sound amazing. The connections with the hub is honestly insane. You normally have to buy a separate device just to do this, but you can connect all your devices to one headset and never worry. They're very comfy. I love these headphones. I can wear them for hours at a time. I sometimes forget I have them on and walk around without even realizing they're on my head. That probably messed up my mic, but they are very comfy. You can just have them around your neck. You will forget they're there. Another pro thing about them is that you don't realize they're there because they weigh actually nothing. They're so light. They only weigh 363 grams, which is less than half a bag of sugar. The Lightspeed connection, so from your computer to the dock to your headset, basically it's milliseconds. It's basically impossible to notice it. They're basically light speed. So they're great for gaming, for high intensity of like FPS shooters like Call of Duty, or even playing Fortnite, anything really. You can never have a delay through your headset. But also it's a much bigger benefit for whoever creates content, editing with these, audio design. They sound amazing, especially with the spatial audio, the digital 7.2 surround they say they have. Being able to pick out the sounds around you with these on is such a game changer when it comes to headsets, and that alone is worth the price. And then finally, the mic. You cannot question, this is probably the best mic out there on a headset that's also a gaming headset. Really, you could throw away your sub £100 mic and replace it with just this and you would be good. Like, no one will be able to tell the difference, especially through the compression of YouTube, Twitch, whatever you're streaming or putting your video content onto. The compression, you're never going to notice the difference between this mic on this headset or the wave-free mic I have from Elgato. But you can't have pros without cons. There is some dislikes, things I don't actually like about the headset. One thing is the price. The price is somewhat of a letdown, but I can see why it is that much, considering you're getting a docking station with it that connects all your consoles. You know, for similar price, you can get so much more from other headsets, but you're losing the quality of sound. Personally, that's what I think. Charging is an issue. Honestly, I've had it a few times where you dock it and it doesn't light up. So you would not get the bars, you would have to jig it around until you hear the connection and these start flashing saying they're charging. But sometimes if you get them on slightly wrong and you walk away, they're not going to charge, and when you come back you're either going to have half a headset charged or they're going to be completely dead depending on how long you've been using them. And then probably the Bluetooth. I was expecting it to go further than just downstairs to the kitchen. You know, you can have about 5 to 10 meter range of Bluetooth, I think, quite easily. I have that with my phone and other headsets all the time, especially walking into different rooms. I've never had an issue, but with these going through probably a wall between them, about 5 meters apart, starting to cut out, you're losing audio quality, especially connected to your phone. Does it connect to your dock? That your dock connects to your phone through Bluetooth. Does the headset don't actually connect? It's all through the docking system. This is what has the Bluetooth and the Lightspeed connections to the actual headset. But honestly, overall, probably the best headset I've ever bought. I love this headset. It's my favorite. I'm going to be using this for years to come. I can't actually see anything else outpacing this device. But again, you don't actually have to go for the A50. So you've got to get A10s, A40s if they still exist. Or if you want to spend a bit more and get the actual HDMI docking system built in, you can go for the A50Xs. But honestly, they're both the same headset. It's just the dock that is the difference. And there you are. That is the ASTRO A50 Gen 5. My favorite, best headset ever. Let me know what headset you use, if you prefer it, if you like the ASTRO A50s, or you think they're terrible and I've made a big mistake. Tell me. And there you are. If you enjoyed this, let me know by hitting that like, subscribe, and until next time, check out this video if you want to check out what camera system I use to film and record my gaming / tech videos. Go on, click it. Go on, click it. Give it a little click. I know you want to.